Have you ever looked at your company's training calendar and just thought, wow, this is random? You are definitely not alone. But what if there's a hidden logic to it all? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover the blueprint that shows why all that training, well, it probably isn't as random as you think.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll get into the actual logic of learning. Then we'll walk through 4 really important stages: perform, improve, maintain, and prevent. And to wrap it all up, we'll see how they snap together to form one complete blueprint. So let's just dive right into that big question when it comes to corporate training. Is there really a method to the madness? I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You get an invite for compliance training, then one for a new software, and then a workshop on communication. It can feel totally disconnected. But the idea is, behind what looks like chaos, there's usually a plan. And here's the real secret. Good employee development isn't just a shopping list of courses. It's a journey. A real, logical progression where every piece of training is designed to meet a specific need at just the right moment. And this, right here, is the roadmap for that journey. It moves through 4 clear stages. First, you learn to perform the job. Then you improve on those skills. Next, you work to maintain that high standard. And finally, you train to prevent problems. So let's start at the very beginning. First up, stage 1, perform. You gotta think of this as the foundation for absolutely everything else. Now, this might sound super obvious, but it's so crucial. Before anyone can get creative or grow, they have to know how to do their job, right? So the number one priority for any company has to be making sure people can perform their core roles and perform them well. This is all that classic stuff, onboarding for new folks, training for skills your specific job requires, or just getting up to speed on standard procedures. It's basically the how-to manual for your role, and it's essential for getting quality and productivity going from day one. And the difference here is night and day. If you try to improve without this baseline, you're just going to get confusion and messy results. But with a solid foundation, that's your launchpad for real, meaningful growth. You can't build a skyscraper on quicksand, right? Okay, so once that foundation is solid, it's time for stage 2, improve. This is where we start build higher. So once people are doing their jobs consistently and well, the focus shifts. The goal isn't just doing the job anymore. It's about elevating how it's done, working smarter, being more efficient, and contributing more. This is where you see things like upskilling with new technology or training that helps you find better, faster ways to work. It's all about making that leap from just being proficient to being truly excellent. But hey, becoming excellent is one thing. Staying there, that's a whole other challenge. And that brings us to stage 3, maintain. It's a total myth that once you learn a skill, it's there forever. The truth is, performance can naturally dip. Maybe systems change, maybe customer needs evolve, or maybe we just plain forget things. That's why maintenance isn't just a passive hope. It has to be an active strategy. And that is why companies invest in things like refresher courses or continuous learning updates. They are actively fighting that natural skill decay to keep everyone sharp and relevant in a world that just doesn't stop changing. And finally, we get to stage 4, prevent. This is basically the organization's shield. Now, this stage is doing 2 really important jobs at once. It's not just about stopping an individual's performance from slipping. It's about proactively protecting the entire organization from some pretty big risks. This is where all that mandatory training we know so well comes into play. Compliance, safety, all that stuff. And yeah, it might feel like you're just ticking a box, but it's absolutely essential for protecting the company's reputation, its money, and its ability to even operate. So there we have it, the 4 stages. Now let's zoom out and put this whole puzzle together. Let's look at the complete blueprint. And here it is, the whole framework in one shot. You perform to build your competence. You improve to enhance it. You maintain to sustain it. And you prevent to protect it. Every single stage has its own clear goal, and they all work together as part of one cohesive strategy. So you see, it really isn't just some random checklist. It's a deliberate strategy that turns training from just a quick fix into a real engine for long-term growth and success. So the next time a training invite pops into your inbox, you can ask yourself, which one of these 4 needs is this trying to meet? And that leaves me with one final question for you to think about. How well does your company, or maybe even your own personal development plan, really balance all four of these needs?